Welcome to this session on how to create test in script mode. Today in this session we are going to learn what is script mode, how do we create our test in script mode, how do we run and validate, and we will look at some useful tips. Let's get started. What is script mode? In Katalon Studio we know we have three modes of test case creation. First one is record and playback, second one is manual mode, and then we have the script mode. We have already seen and learned the record and playback and manual mode in our earlier sessions. Let us go to the script mode. So in Katalon Studio, you can use a script mode to create your test case with scripts, and you can use some built-in or custom keywords to create your scripts, and you have options for creating your scripts in Java or Groovy. So let us begin and let us see how do we create test in script mode. Before we do that, let us see exactly what are we going to automate. So we are going to go to our browser and we are going to go to this particular website lifecharger.org. So let us go, and this is the website lifecharger.org, and this is my website where I write blogs. So let us test this website today, and we are going to do some actions like click, add some text, do some check validations, and then we are going to close our browser. So now we know what exactly we are going to do. Let us see how exactly we are going to automate this in script mode. We are going to do 4 basic and easy steps. The first one is we have to capture our objects that we need to use during our test. So let us go to our Katalon Studio, and I'm going to spy web, and here I will give the URL and then start the browser. So let me just copy this URL from here, give it here, and now I can start on any of these browsers. Let me select Chrome, and yes, it is opening up. And now I can select any of the objects and then press the Alt plus twiddle key on my keyboard to capture the object, and you will see the captured objects coming here. So I will capture this home button, and then this search box, this search button, and maybe some other links. And I think that's it. Let me close this, and now we have these objects captured. Let me add it to some object repository. I will select new, and the test case that I'm going to create will be test3, so I will name it as test3 underscore or means object repository, and I'll click OK here and OK here, and let me close this window. So you can see we have our test3 underscore or object repository created. Okay, so we have captured our objects. Now let us create a new test case and go to the script editor. So I am going to this new button, test case, and let me name, we have already used our test1 for record and replay and test2 for manual mode. So let us say test3 here and say OK. Our test3 has come here, and if you go down you can see the manual editor and then the script editor. So this time we have to go to the script editor, and as soon as you go here you will see some import statements are already present, and these are some packages, that default packages of Katalon Studio that are already imported, and now we can start creating our scripts here. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to create the test in script mode. So let us start writing our script, and the first thing we have to do is we have to open browser. So we can start writing by using the package web UI. This is the package of Katalon Studio which has all the inbuilt keywords, and you can press dot and press control spacebar on your keyboard, and it will give you auto suggestions for code completion. So I will use open browser and hit enter, and now I have to give my URL. So I can go to my website and copy this link here and give it here inside quotes. So this will open my browser and go to this particular URL, and then we have to do some click operation. So again I will go to web UI dot click, and this has given me this auto suggestions. I'll again click enter, and now I have to give the object ID here. So in Katalon Studio, what you can do is you can drag and drop the objects directly. So suppose I want to click on this particular object, I will drag it and drop it here. Let me just cut it from here, and you can see find test object is the statement you will use to find or refer to any object. So you can do it manually, but you can do drag and drop. So let me put this inside this, click brackets, and this should click on this object. Okay, and let us say then we have to do some text. So again we will say web UI dot set text, and here we have to give the object ID and then the text we have to set. So let us set the text into the search box as life, and this object ID will be this input box. So let me again drag and drop it here. Okay, now I can also verify element. So for that we can use another keyword, and in case you are finding it difficult to find the keywords, you can always go to this keywords browser, hit this, and you will get all the built-in keywords in categories. So if I go to web UI, you will can find all these keywords, right? And they have categorized it, so it will be very easy to find the keywords. So here I have to verify element present. So again I will say verify element present, and yes, there is a keyword. I will just hit enter, and now I have to give the object here. So again I will say this home button, I want to see if it is present. I will give it here. And what is this 0? See, you can always go to this verify element present and you will get this option. So it is giving us all the information about this keyword. So you can see here, this is the timeout. So I can increase the timeout to, let us say, 4 seconds. Okay, and then finally I need to close the browser. So again I will say web UI dot close browser, and this has created my test in script mode. Let me save it and let us try to run it, and let us see what happens. So I have hit the run button and it is running on the default browser, which should be Firefox, and yes, it is running on Firefox. Let the browser come up. Starting the browser, it's going to the URL, and yes, it is doing the actions, and yes, it did all the actions and then close the browsers. We can go to the log view and we can see all the information, all the pass fail and other things. So everything passed in our case. So this is how we can create our test in script mode. The fourth step, which is run and validate, we have already done this. Let us look at some useful tips. So how do you skip test in script mode? So suppose you want to skip some test case, you can use the annotation not run in front of that particular step. So for example, you do not want to run this particular step, you can say not underscore run and a colon. So this particular annotation will skip this particular step. And in case you are in manual mode, you can do the same thing by doing a right click and do a disable, which we have already seen in our last session. So the good thing in Katalon Studio is whatever you are doing in script mode, it will be reflected in the manual mode. So if I switch to the manual mode now, I'm going to hit this manual mode button, and you can see whatever we have done in our script mode is getting reflected here. And whenever you will add something in the manual mode, the same will get reflected in the script mode. So you can switch the perspective and you can make the changes. So if I do, let us say this third step, set text, if I do a right click and I do disable, and if I switch to the script mode and you can see this set text, it has already added this not run annotation in front of this particular step. So this will not run this particular step, it will skip it, and the same will be shown in the report as well. So this not run test steps will be shown under the not run filter in the report as well. There are some useful links in case you want to look at the documentation or the information about built-in keywords. You can go to Katalon Studio. I'm going to the Katalon Studio website, and here go to documentation, go to keyword index, and we have these links for built-in keywords and built-in functions. So here you will get all the information about all the built-in keywords present inside Katalon Studio. So whenever you want to have some more information about any of the keywords, just go here. They have categorized it very well, and then you can look at all the information about that keyword, and the same thing you can do with the built-in functions as well. So this is the link for built-in functions. This will be very useful and very handy. Let us do a very quick recap. Today in this session we learned what is script mode, how do we create test in script mode, and then we ran and validated our test in script mode. In the next session we are going to see how do we create and run a test suite.